Hi, my name is Scott Moore. I'm the Director of Community Resources for the Coalition for the Homeless of Houston-Harris County. One of my programs I manage is the Community Voicemail Program. Been doing this for about 7 years now, and the video you're about to see includes clients, users of Community Voicemail, and their case managers and agencies that sign them up. To tell you a little bit of background of myself, I found my job that I have today through my community voicemail number. I was actually in a program called Project Life Roads through AIDS Foundation of Houston. If it wasn't for my voicemail number, I would not be here today. I also sit on the... Okay, I'm going to delete this one. By the way, I do this with my broadcast messaging. There's never one broadcast message that comes across where it's in one take. So I am not a one-take wonder. It takes 3, 4, 5, 6 times for me to get something right. Make it a great day.
Okay. Hi, Carolyn Bates, U.S. Vets Outreach Coordinator. I'm here to tell you about the Houston Community Voicemail, how it has helped the city of Houston. It has connected the general homeless population with their family. Veterans that's normally not able to get messages or have a phone or stay connected with service providers, it has given us an opportunity to be able to call them, leave them messages, especially homeless veterans who have appointments with the VA. They are able to get their appointments and get a reminder call to them so they can make their appointments. It has literally helped hundreds of veterans get connected and get their benefits that are now able to move into their own apartment, feed themselves. They are now back to get their primary care physicians, and they're able to keep appointments. So because of that, they're moving forward and not just going through the revolving door. We're also able to connect veterans with family members who thought some of their families were deceased, and come to find out they're not. So they're not only able to talk to their families, but their families are able to call and just tell them that they love them. And that reminds homeless people that they are somebody. So I think the Houston Community Voicemail is a very needed and an awesome opportunity for not only for the homeless, but for the service providers to continue doing their job.
My name is Oscar Yatsira. I work for the United States Veterans Initiative. I'm their outreach specialist, and I primarily work with homeless veterans who are on the streets. We do the first initial assessment in getting them their referrals and directing them to the services that they need. I would say that community voicemail is a great form of communication for those who have none. And I challenge people by saying this. We go around from day to day in society carrying our cell phones, at our side. And so, I can call you and you can call me. It doesn't matter if I'm, on the train or in a meeting or wherever. You can text me, you can call me, and you can get instant contact with me. And if you can't, you can leave a message and I'll call you back because it may be something important. Community voicemail is the same thing for those clients who don't have a cell phone. It could be something that's going on with housing options, with a case manager who just found permanent housing for a client. They can't get a hold of that client right away. So call the community voicemail number, tell them, hey, so-and-so, I found housing, affordable housing for you, your family, or yourself, and I need you to call me back. And that's a good way to keep in contact with the people on the streets, people who are going from shelter to shelter. They check their community voicemail daily also because a lot of them are trying to get jobs, and I think it gives the person in transition a little bit of dignity if they can give an employer a number to call them back.
My name is Katrina Ross. I work with U.S. Vets Initiative. I'm the program assistant as well as case manager. We help the homeless veterans, I guess, from probably 45 clients a day. What we do is we help them with voicemail, email, job searching, help them out with lunches, help them get their DD-214 Texas IDs, things like that. As far as with the community voicemail, what we do is we set it up for the clients. Some of them, we have clients that have been discharged from the voicemail due to employment that they have found. I have one client today that has 5 job leads that he has to go to today just by using the community voicemail. So he's very excited with that. Hopefully he will be employed soon.
My name is Lou Banks. I'm a community case manager with Legacy Community Health. And what we do is we assist clients who are homeless, clients who receive Ryan White funds that are HIV positive. We assist them with access to medical care. And not just medical care. If they need rent, utilities, food, as a case manager, I help them link to those other services that are out there. What community voicemail does is it enables that client or that person to have access to the care where otherwise they wouldn't be able to afford it. Most of them, or they don't have income, or they're very low income and they can't afford home phone service. So we give them community voicemail just to make sure that they can still maintain their life. They can still make their medical appointments, as reminders. They can still get jobs or hear from employers as needed. It keeps me connected to my clients, and it keeps them connected to me. I can leave them a message and they'll call me back, "Hey Lou, I got your message." So I love that.
Definitely.
Good. Well, Donnie, tell me what you do here at Lord of the Streets.
Oh, I'm the program director, but mostly I do case management because we don't have one.
You have no case manager?
I'm the case manager.
You are the case manager.
I was case manager, program director, and security guard, but as you can see, we've hired a security guard.
Good.
Getting ready to hire some case managers, and I'll be able to even go out in the community and do more and give more, to the homeless or what have you.
Great. So how do you know about community voicemail? Tell me about community voicemail.
Man, I've been working with community voicemail since my last job, which was Search. I've been here for about 4 years. I worked at Search for 8. And the duration of the time I was at Search, we utilized community voicemail. I thought it was a very important component for clients to be able to keep contact with family members and friends and social service agencies in order for them to get responses for their medical care and treatment, for their mental illness, for substance abuse, for employment. It has been a great tool for those reasons.
So how do clients respond when they hear that you have community voicemail?
Very big. They bombard me.
Yeah.
They bombard me. But it's so big we have to set appointments now.
Really?
Yeah, and the appointments are usually during the slower parts of the day because what we do, we model to the clients not only how to set it up, but how to use it before they leave. Yeah.
Great. Any stories that you hear from clients?
Definitely. I want to say one story, which includes you guys, when you guys started doing the employment announcements on the voicemail. I have a couple of stories where people, they call me and say, "Hey man, I have these numbers, these people's calling me about jobs and I don't know who they are." And I explained to them, I forgot to tell you that Coalition for the Homeless is putting job information on the voicemails. And once they got a hold to it, man, they started going to all of the different things that they had, like at George R. Brown Convention Center and just different places where people had opportunities for employment that they heard through the voicemail.
One of my absolute biggest compliments, and one of the reasons that keeps me going, doing what I'm doing today, is when I run into a client, whether it's on the metro train, whether it's on the bus, whether it's walking to the McDonald's from work to home, I run into clients and I happen to be on the cell phone and talking, and someone will come up to me. Invariably, this happens at least a couple times a month, where they look at me and say, "You're the voice," because they recognize my voice. I'm the program manager for Community Voicemail here in Houston. My title is Director of Community Resources for the Coalition for the Homeless of Houston, Harris County. Excuse me, I got to take this phone call. Hello, this is Scott.